And it's different, and this is different because we talked about it a little bit. He got people watching him that don't even watch football.
Yeah, the pressure he must feel. You know what, though? He doesn't seem to be carrying it, which is good. I'll go next, guys. I am excited about the Shedeur start. The thing that I can most compare it to was the Baker start after the Jets performance. The reason I'm not as excited as I was after the Baker start, I was in the stadium the Thursday night he beat the Jets.
Yeah.
And I remember the feeling I had leaving that stadium was really unrivaled in my experience as a Browns fan. Going back to the late 70s when I went to games, and they were great, and the mid 80s and early 90s. And those were great euphoric feelings. But we expected to leave the stadium on that roll. Mm-hmm. When we left the Jets stadium that night, remember that was when they broke open the Bud Light coolers.
Yeah.
We had won it in 20,000 years. Yeah. So it was, everybody was looking around like, oh my God, we won a football game.
There are moments in sports where the entire energy of a city seems to shift. You feel it before anyone says it. A hum in the atmosphere. A buzz in the conversations you overhear in grocery stores, in barbershops, in crowded buses rolling down Euclid Avenue. That's what's happening in Cleveland right now, and it's undeniable. Something is changing. Something is building. And that something has a name. Shedeur Sanders. People can pretend it's just another Sunday coming up, but we all know better. The Browns are heading into Las Vegas to face the Raiders, and yet the story isn't about the Raiders. It isn't about standings. It isn't about playoff races. The only story, the entire story, is about the rookie stepping under center for the first time. The rookie who was once projected to go top 5. The rookie who watched team after team after team pass on him until his name finally landed at pick number 144. And somehow, despite that fall, despite the headlines, despite the noise, he carries himself with a calmness that doesn't make sense for someone his age. It's that calmness, that quiet, measured confidence, that has captured Cleveland's imagination. Because Cleveland hasn't felt this kind of hope in years. Maybe since that Thursday night when Baker Mayfield electrified the city against the Jets. That night felt like a rebirth. A moment where Cleveland finally exhaled after years of misery. Bud Light coolers opening. Strangers hugging strangers. A city rediscovering something it forgot it could feel. And now, that feeling is returning. You can sense it everywhere. In the tremble of excitement when fans talk about Sunday. In the way the media has shifted its tone. In the way analysts who laughed at the Browns 2 weeks ago suddenly sound cautious, maybe even curious. And in the way Browns fans, exhausted from disappointment, are allowing themselves to believe again.
And then we had 10 days to build up to the Raiders start. Was it fool's gold? What was it? And so, man, I was excited for that Raiders game. The only thing, and I can't wait, and I'm very excited to see this, and I still think there are questions that need to be answered. Unfortunately, because we've seen him for a half, it's not like we have no idea what to expect. Nothing's going to blow, we've seen him, and we saw what it was. Now, on the flip side, if he comes out and plays a great game and the Browns win, then my excitement level for his next start probably eclipses Baker and the Raiders, because it would be a surprise to me. I was not surprised that Baker balled out. I will be surprised at this point if Shedeur plays like that, because what I've seen so far didn't match that.
This isn't about delusion. This isn't about pretending Shedeur is going to walk into Vegas and drop 500 yards. It's about something far simpler, far more emotional. Hope. A spark. A sign that something new might finally be forming in Cleveland. Because let's be brutally honest, both the Browns and the Raiders have looked lost. Offensively, both teams have been stumbling in the dark. The Browns' red zone struggles. The shaky O-line play. The lack of explosive plays. A fan base sick of punting on 3rd and long and praying for field goals. It's been rough. And Cleveland fans aren't blind to it. But when Shedeur stepped into that last game, even for just one half, something felt different. The offense looked alive, even in small flashes. The timing, the rhythm, the confidence, it all looked like someone flipped a switch. And that's why this Sunday feels so important. Because now he gets a week. A full week as QB1. A week of reps. A week running with the ones. A week hearing the coaches talk differently. A week installing plays tailored for him, not someone else. A week to breathe, to prepare, to own the moment instead of inheriting it. Browns fans remember the Baker era vividly. They remember waking up before that Raiders game with a knot in their stomachs, the mix of nerves and excitement. They remember wondering whether Baker's magic was a fluke or whether they had finally found someone special. Those feelings are resurfacing now, only this time, they're wrapped in a story bigger than football. Because Shedeur's journey isn't just NFL big, it's cultural big, celebrity big, Colorado big, primetime big. He has a spotlight that stretches far beyond Cleveland. Millions of young fans follow him. Millions more watch him out of curiosity, fascination, or even spite. No rookie in recent memory, maybe not since Johnny Manziel, has walked into Cleveland with this much attention. But unlike Manziel, Shedeur isn't overwhelmed by it. He's fueled by it. And that's what makes the anticipation even stronger. Look at the city. Look at the fans. Look at the coverage. Everyone is asking the same question. Could he be the one? Could he be the quarterback that finally brings consistency, swagger, and energy back to Cleveland? Because the truth is, Cleveland hasn't had a young quarterback with this level of composure in a long time. And yet, this isn't some fairy tale moment wrapped in perfection. It's gritty. It's real. It's filled with pressure. Millions of people waiting to judge every throw, every decision, every mistake. Shedeur is stepping into a storm, but it's a storm he's been living in for years. That's why you're starting to hear former players on talk shows saying this moment might actually suit him. He's been in the center of cameras since he was old enough to hold a football. He's heard every insult. He's lived through every form of doubt the internet can throw at someone. Pressure doesn't crush him, it sharpens him. Around the 650-word mark in this storyline, something becomes clear. This moment isn't just about replacing a quarterback. It's about replacing a feeling a city lost. Cleveland isn't asking Shedeur to save the franchise. They're asking him to give them a reason to believe the franchise can be saved. And belief is powerful. Belief is what filled First Energy Stadium during Baker's early run. Belief is what made people wake up early for games again. Belief is what made kids in Cleveland start practicing rollout throws in parks, trying to imitate their quarterback. That belief faded over the years. Slowly, painfully, but the emotion underneath it never died. It just waited for something, or someone, to wake it up. That someone might now be Shedeur. And if he gives Cleveland even the smallest flash of brilliance, even a single drive that feels electric, the fan base will explode with emotion next week. Because this is what sports are about. Not stats, not analytics, not spreadsheets. Sports are about moments, about goosebumps, about feeling like something is about to happen, about that voice in the back of your mind whispering, "What if?" Shedeur brings that feeling back. And what's even more powerful is the emotional story behind it. The kid who was doubted. The kid who was mocked. The kid who was told he was only successful because of his father. The kid who dropped from projected top 5 to day 3. The kid who could have crumbled, but didn't. That emotional weight resonates in Cleveland. This city knows what it feels like to be doubted, to be dismissed, to be overlooked. And when a city that has lived through decades of heartbreak sees a young player fighting through his own, there's a connection, the bond, a shared resilience. That's why gyms in Cleveland sound like locker rooms again. That's why bartenders are suddenly talking about quarterback mechanics. That's why fans are texting each other all week long saying, "I think this kid might actually be something." Because maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something real. And Sunday in Las Vegas could be the first chapter. If Shedeur walks into that stadium and looks composed, even if he isn't perfect, even if the Browns don't win, even if he throws a pick or two, if he shows heart, poise, flashes of brilliance, then the narrative changes instantly. It becomes a story of progression, a story of foundation, a story of potential. But if he looks good, if he looks really good, then the NFL is about to wake up to a rookie they should have never doubted. Because Shedeur isn't just any quarterback. He's not a placeholder. He's not a bridge. He's not a feel-good story. He is a phenomenon. A player with a calmness that feels impossible. A confidence that feels natural. A spotlight that follows him wherever he goes. And now he steps onto the NFL stage where everything he's experienced finally matters. So get ready, Cleveland. Sunday isn't just a game. It's a moment that could redefine everything. The team, the season, the narrative, the future. This city has waited years for a quarterback who feels like hope. And Shedeur Sanders might be the one. And yet even with all this swirling around him, something about Shedeur's demeanor tells you this story isn't close to finished. If anything, the noise seems to energize him. Because when he steps onto the practice field, the cameras don't catch a kid who's rattled. They catch a quarterback who's studying every blade of grass, every defensive rotation, every single nuance of the NFL game he's entering. And quietly, without the big theatrics or the dramatic speeches, he's winning people over, not by demanding respect, but by earning it. His footwork is tighter, his ball placement is sharper, his timing with the first-team offense grows more natural by the day. And as the reps pile up, the truth becomes harder and harder to deny. This rookie looks far more prepared than the outside world ever expected. You could feel it during that one rep that went viral online. No headline, no breakdown, just raw, unfiltered football. The play was supposed to be quick, a simple in-breaker to the boundary receiver. But when the pocket collapsed early and the defensive end came screaming off the edge, Shedeur didn't panic. He slid left, shoulders square, eyes downfield, resetting his base with NFL-ready discipline. He ripped a throw between two converging defenders, threading the ball into a window that didn't even look open until the moment it arrived. One of the defensive coaches, caught on a hot mic, could be heard muttering, "Damn, he really put that there?" That's not a moment analysts can cherry-pick or spin. It's a moment that forces everyone in the building to rethink what they thought they knew. And the vets see it. They see the stride, the confidence, the refusal to back down from the insanely high expectations placed on him. They see someone who's not coasting off a famous last name, but someone carving out his own identity, one rep, one meeting, one throw at a time. And that's the part the critics never understood. Shedeur's journey was never about proving anybody wrong. It was always about proving himself right. Because long before the cameras, long before the controversies, long before the headlines comparing him to Dylan Gabriel or questioning his draft status, Shedeur was building the habits that matter. The late nights studying film instead of celebrating, the early mornings breaking down coverages while everyone else was still waking up. Those are the moments that shaped him. And maybe that's why the coaching staff grows bolder with each practice. Maybe that's why whispers begin spreading around the facility that the quarterback competition isn't as open as the media insists. Maybe that's why the veteran defensive backs are pulling him aside, giving him tips, not because he needs saving, but because they see something worth investing in. Something real. Something that can win games now and dominate the league later. Because the truth is this. If you strip away the narratives, the comparisons, the noise, you're left with a quarterback who is already doing what rookies aren't supposed to do, commanding a locker room. Not by force, not by ego, but by presence, by performance, by consistency. And as more insiders begin to leak what they're seeing behind the scenes, the story takes another turn. Not toward doubt, but toward inevitability. The kind of inevitability only true franchise quarterbacks carry. And if that scares the critics? If that makes certain analysts uncomfortable? If that forces the entire NFL media machine to rethink their talking points? Because this chapter was never meant to be quiet. This chapter was meant to change everything. Thanks for watching Gridiron Insights. Make sure you like and subscribe for more NFL drama, breaking stories, and everything Shedeur Sanders.